Hello and welcome to my channel Learning for Fun. In this video, we will be learning about human problems at workplace. After going through this video, you will get an understanding of the problems at workplace and you will also come to know about the causes behind problems at workplace. So before we move forward, first let us get an understanding about what is a workplace. So a workplace is a place where people work, place where employees work for the employer. It is a semi-open socio-technical system like a factory, office, hospital, hotel, shop, educational institution, etc. Now here I have used the terms semi-open, which means the units which are inside the workplace would be interacting with the units that are outside. Let us take the example of a factory. So the people inside the factory would be interacting with the people outside the factory, like the market, like the resource providers, like the service providers, the people who are providing the raw materials as input to the factory, and then whosoever is taking these products to the market. Not just the social elements, the factory will also be interacting with the physical elements like the raw materials, like the machines or the technology which is brought into the factory for the processing purposes, and then however it is then sent for the market. Hence, any workplace is always a socio-technical system and it is semi-open because it has got some boundaries, but at the same time certain things enter in and certain things exit from the system. It's a socio-technical system because there are people who are interacting amongst themselves, like different departments might be interacting amongst themselves, and it is also having a technical aspect where we work with the technology or we work with the machines, and somewhere these machines are meant for our welfare, for making our work easy, and that is how it becomes a socio-technical system. So, just for an easy understanding, I have classified the problems at workplace as intrapersonal problems, interpersonal problems, and environmental problems, keeping the source of problems in mind. So, intrapersonal problems would be those problems which are present within the person, like illness, diseases, faulty perception, faulty attitude, misconceptions, stress, tension, etc. Something which is within the person. Irrespective of whatever is the source of it, the problem is present within the person. Next is the interpersonal problems. Interpersonal problems refer to those problems which are between people. Irrespective of whatever be the origin, these problems exist between two people, like communication gaps, faulty communication, misunderstandings, conflicts, problems of leadership, lack of trust, etc. Now, leadership again I have taken as an interpersonal problem because a leader is not a leader unless there be followers. Apart from these problems, there can be certain problems which are present at the environmental level. Now, environment, I am referring to both the internal environment as well as the external environment of the workplace. The internal environment, which is made up of the rules and regulations and policies which are governing the employees of the organization, and the external environment comprising of the service providers, the raw material providers, the marketplaces, or maybe the government, the technology, political system, the social system, the cultural system, all of it comprises of the external environment into which the workplace exists. So these problems can be the problems pertaining to organizational climate and culture, the rules, the policy issues at the internal level or at the external level, problems in laws or legislations, the schemes, problems with the input or output units of the system. Now, these are just some of the examples of the types of problems at workplace. There can be many more problems existing, and because they are numerous and I cannot get them all onto just one slide, hence I have tried to cover up the major problems that may arise at a workplace. Now, here I would also like to differentiate between the two terms which are confusing at times, complaint and grievance. So, complaint refers to anything about which a person is making a complaint. Again, complaint, when we spell it with a T, it is in writing. But when this T is not there, then it is something which is being discussed. So, complaint basically refers to the issue about which the person is complaining. But grievance refers to the state of mind or the condition, the feelings and emotions that a person gets when he or she is in a problem, when he or she feels that they are not treated properly, they are not treated fairly, and they are being treated unjustly. So, both these complaints and grievances have a very strong connection with the problems at workplace. So, now let's take a look at the causes behind the problems at workplace. I have enlisted some of the common causes behind the problems, and this is not an all inclusive list. You may be having different causes leading to different problems at workplace. However, some of the major causes behind the problems at workplace are poor communication, which may be at the same level. It may be the upward communication or the downward communication or even the diagonal communication. It might be the formal communication or the informal communication or the verbal communication or non-verbal communication. Somewhere communication gap, if it exists, then definitely that can lead to problems at workplace. Next is bad management or inefficient leadership. Yes, I have differentiated between these two terms because a manager is somebody who directs the employees, whereas a leader is somebody who works along with the employees. So, it can either be bad management, where the manager is unable to direct the employees properly, or it might be inefficient leadership, where the leadership style might not be matching that of the employees, or maybe the leader is not having the correct vision or is unable to articulate the vision amongst the followers, and likewise. Next is conflicting personalities in or working styles, values, or interests, etc. So, conflicting personalities in working styles, like different people have got different priorities when they work, and if that is a mismatch, in that case this can lead to problems at workplace. Like, I pay attention to my personal needs, but then somebody else is paying attention to their personal needs, and then somebody else is paying attention to the organizational needs, and likewise. So these are conflicting personalities. Our priorities may differ, and even our working styles may differ. Like, there can be people who are workaholics, there can be people who are not, there can be people who just restrict themselves to the timings of the organization, those who are ready to work for longer span of time, those who are not at all ready to work, and we really have a mix of people when in an organization. There can be conflicts pertaining to values also and interests as well. And all of it, the bigger the organization, the more the people, the more diverse it might be, that many these many diversities can actually lead to problems at workplace. Next is discrimination, poor and unfair treatment. So there can be discrimination existing in the workplace, not just in terms of gender discrimination, but otherwise also, like regional discrimination. There can be racism existing in a workplace and different kinds of discrimination that you might be undergoing, like I will be helping this person because he belongs to my department, and likewise there can be discrimination on various grounds. And poor and unfair treatment as well can be leading to problems at workplace. If I feel that I'm not being treated properly, if I feel that I'm not being treated justly, in that case, definitely there can be problems that I may arouse, or I might be a victim of certain problems at workplace. Next is high stress work environment. And high stress work environment where people are really bothered just to accomplish the goals, where there are very stringent deadlines and you have to meet them anyhow, irrespective of what effect it is bringing on you as a person, whether it is disturbing your work life balance, whether it is leading to certain health issues or otherwise. You are supposed to meet the goals irrespective of everything else. So, a high stress work environment can definitely lead to problems at workplace. It might also be a result of underplacement or overplacement, where I feel that I'm being placed at a position which is really less than what I'm capable to do, or it is really more than what I'm capable to do. So, if that is the issue, then this might be a problem at workplace. The cause might be arising out of scarce rewards and resources. So I want to use something, somebody else also wants to use that. It's a scarce resource. Scarce rewards as well, where I know that I am inputting something, I am working hard, but then that is resulting into nothing. So scarce rewards can also lead to problems at workplace. Next is inadequate training. So, inadequate training where we don't know what exactly is to be done can also result into problems at workplace. There can be personal problems between people, like I said, depending on their values or interests, and different kinds of personalities that are in conflict. So, personal problems may also result into problems at workplace, and a poor work life balance where people are really not able to pay attention to their families and work and unable to strike a balance between them. So, these are some of the major causes behind problems at workplace. Please, if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you want to see such videos further, do subscribe to my channel. And if you have got any comments or suggestions or any queries, you may post them in the comment section, or you may write to me personally at the email ID given in the description. Thank you and have a nice time.